Hello everyone, I'm Parma and today I'm going to show you how we are getting done with this main prototype for our Ford 29 build. For those of you who haven't seen, I recommend you to take a look on the latest episode, the first one actually of this series of this build, that we actually start everything drawing by hand based on previous models and a lot of pictures online. And we actually start to assemble everything, all the materials, MDF, PVC, and some kinds of woods to mix everything and get where we are now. Now that we are on the same page, at this video we are going to get that rough shape and start the details through the rough ones until the fine ones and try to make it like 99% done with this prototype piece so we can send it to be molded and then replicate it into fiberglass. At this point I started to trace all the outlines for the doors and I noticed that the space from the roof to the side windows was almost none. And as I needed to amplify the thickness of this section, I had two options. The first one was to shrink the height of the windows, all of the windows, a little bit but this would make the front window look so small and I didn't like it. So I decided to go with option 2, that is put more material up in the roof and then shape it, getting a little bit more material up in this section as I needed, and this will give me the possibility to shape a little better these rear curves as I was planning to do. And for this I'm using some, I think 4 or 6 millimeter plywood that I had here, and I will cut in strips and cover all the roof, then get back with sander, then get back with some putty, then get back with sander, and maybe we're getting the shape of the roof as it needs to be. This extra work that we had on the roof actually made a huge difference. As you can see, we could get more rounded shapes, more rounded corners, and this will match much more with the original model and the ideas that were in my mind. And now we will start to take a look on the underside of this prototype. And as you can see, I was not planning to do this, but this will make the project one step ahead. So I decided, and as you can see, it took me a lot of work to remove all the inside parts, but we managed it and I think you'll like it. We are on a point now that we have a lot of materials, a lot of different textures, and a lot of visual colors that doesn't match one to another, and it's becoming a little more difficult to see all those fine details that we need to do to make it better, to make it ready to be molded. So now we need to make it look like one only thing, then we can see much better all these fine details, all those little gaps that we need to fill to make it look better. And for this we will use some primer. But as this piece is made from a lot of different materials, a lot of PVC, MDF, some porous materials, we need to try to make it easier for us to paint this. So we need to use some sealers after this primer. And for this I will use this plastic sealer. This is a Brazilian brand that provides the sealer on this spray can, and this was made for plastic, but I already tried in some other materials that work very well and make our life easier on the painting process. Now that we have everything primed up and it looks beautiful, we have some lower spots and some alignments that we need to make. So we need to come back with a little more putty and a little more sanding and a little more putty and more sanding and more putty and more sanding, and this is endless, but it will be worth it. With the outlines of the right door made and primed up, I think you know what we have next. More putty and more sanding. So that's it for this one. Hope you like it and stay tuned for the next episodes. And if you are liking this kind of content, please make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next ones. And the next ones we are going to get a little more with the inside details and the interior details, mainly for these both doors here. There will be a lot of different process here, and I think you'll like it a lot.